Hi folks, Peter here. I hope you're all doing well. Things are ticking along nicely here in Nagano as we now finally move into autumn and we turn our attention to the coming winter. Hopefully plenty of snow to come. A couple of announcements about changes to the podcast. The first is that the name of the pod will be changing as of October 12th from Snow Country Stories Japan to Outland Japan. The focus of the podcast will largely remain the same. However, the podcast has now been running a year and a half, and in that time, I found more and more stories I'd like to bring you that lie outside of the snow country in other areas of regional and rural Japan. Under the new name of the podcast, that's Outland Japan, I'll start to do that and extend the focus to all of rural, regional, and the wilds of Japan, and lesser-known cultural corners of this often outlandish country into, so to speak, the outlands of Japan. The name also reflects my character as an outlander, observing and being part of the culture that lies beyond the neon glow and congestion, hustle and hum of the big cities. I hope that under the new name, more and more listeners will also continue to discover the pod. But of course, given that I'm based in the snow country and love it, and feel that I know this region well, a large part of my focus will continue to be travel and life in the yukiguni, but under the name Outland Japan. We'll certainly be searching out that snow in the new season as we head into winter 2024-2025. I look forward to bringing you more stories of travel, life and culture from the Outland. The second announcement is that with that change, I won't continue updating the Snow Country Stories Japan website. It will remain online for the time being, but from Season 4 onward, you can find the podcast at the new website, outlandjapan.com. That's AUTLAND Japan.com. The Outland Japan website will be much simpler than the current website and have all the episodes for you to listen to, but without the images and maps, etc. that you can find on the current website. Instead, you'll be able to find all of that information on our social media, Instagram and Facebook, which you can find by searching Outland Japan. With this change, I'll be focusing a lot more on social media in support of the podcast. And finally, when will the podcast be back? I'm pleased to announce that Season 4 will begin on Tuesday, October 22nd, with new episodes available every fortnight after that. I'm looking forward to exploring more of Japan in the coming season as we head back to the snow country and beyond to discover the people and places of the outlands, the Japan that lies outside of the big cities. It remains my hope that through this podcast, you'll be enticed away from the maddening crowds of those cities to visit places less known and maybe even choose to stay and create a life here. I'll speak to you again in a couple of weeks with the first episode of Outland Japan. Bye for now.